On today's 15 on 15, the Parliament is deliberating on having fixed prices on certain items, including supermarket products. Plus, in lifestyle, new research further reinforces why pregnant women shouldn't smoke. And kids love beach tennis to watch and to play. Find out the future potential of the sport on the island. 15 on 15 starts right now. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. For a small island, Aruba has plenty of supermarkets. In one way, this is great for customers, seeing as they have more options as to where to shop. But it also poses a problem. With the exception of a few goods, businesses can price items at their discretion. There is now discussion in Parliament to further regulate sales and to implement a law enforcing merchants to sell items at the same rate as their competitors. ATIA, Aruba's Trade Industry Association, says this type of regulation is not adequate for small island nations. Representatives from ATIA says the proposed law to enforce goods to be sold at a fixed price is not ideal for the island.
ATIA's position on the antitrust law is that at the moment we don't see a high degree of necessity for such a new law on the island. We believe that Aruba, the market is small enough, or it's too small for such a legislation at the moment. We believe that there are other government institutions that already are performing such tasks, and by redirecting some minor funds to that, they could do this job.
There are no indications of supermarkets or businesses on the island banding together to sell goods at a high fixed price to take advantage of the customers. There is enough competition as it is on the island that forces merchants to keep their prices competitive as well.
We are not convinced that there is a price fixing or cartel formation on the island. The island is too small for that, and also there is enough competitions among each other and from abroad on the island, whereby cartel forming or price fixing is limited.
According to the representatives of ATIA, there is already certain government departments designated to regulate these types of issues. As well, there are some basic laws set in place already. Therefore, ATIA reps say it is not necessary to create and invest further in this area. In other local news, here is an update on tourism in the first quarter of 2014. We have a quick breakdown of stayover and cruise tourists. For the first quarter of 2014, Aruba had an increase of 5% in tourism. This was largely due to the amount of visitors coming over for this year's Easter long weekend. In terms of cruise ship visitors, the island saw a decrease in the first quarter of 33,000 tourists. The Minister of Tourism remains positive with the cruise ship industry. Last year, Aruba was able to generate a 20% increase on cruise calls during low season, which is the time between May to October. It is expected that the island will maintain this growth for this year, which the Ministry of Tourism sees as a plus. Furthermore, the Minister of Tourism revealed that revenue per available room has increased. As well, the Central Bank of Aruba announced that tourists are spending more money. And don't go anywhere, because we have new information on how deadly it can be for the infant if the mother smokes during pregnancy. Also, we give you yet another reason to work out and stay in tip-top shape. And next, we will also talk about how stress can be contagious. All those topics and much more coming up right after the break. Welcome back from the break. It is a well-known fact that pregnant women should not drink alcohol. But how about smoking? New research has found that pregnant women who smoke are not only putting themselves at risk for developing dangerous health concerns, but also they could be harming unborn baby's heart. Researchers discovered pregnant women who smoke put their newborn at risk for developing heart defects. The more they smoked, the higher that risk became. Investigators looked at thousands of birth certificates and hospital discharge records from the state of Washington to see if smoking during the first trimester of pregnancy could be linked to heart problems. Newborns with heart defects were more likely born to mothers who smoked. Age mattered in this case study. Women who are 35 and older who smoked had a greater chance of having a child with heart problems, such as defective blood vessels, as well as holes in walls of heart chambers. Now, using the United States as a model, nowadays 10% of women giving birth smoke during pregnancy. Doctors strongly advise women to consider quitting before getting pregnant. And moving forward, if you need yet another reason to get off the couch and work out, well, here it is. Being out of shape could have a scary effect on your brain. There is a fascinating link between sweat sessions and a sharper brain. A new study indicates that staying fit may help keep your memory sharp. New research finds that young adults who were aerobically fit racked up better results on memory tests compared to those who don't work out at all. Researchers tested on college students. They measured their peak oxygen consumption, which determines aerobic fitness. They also had the participants study word pairs. Researchers quizzed the students on the word pairs to gauge their long-term memory. It turns out the students who had the lowest peak oxygen consumption also showed the poorest long-term and implicit memory, suggesting a link between physical fitness and strong mental recall. The findings show that lower fit individuals lose more memory across time. So there you have it. Working out has definite cognitive benefits. We all know that you can catch a cold or the flu from someone else, but who knew stress is also contagious? It has been discovered that stress can be contagious, and it is even more infectious when someone you love is experiencing it. Stress. We all have it. May it come from work or family. But can others catch on to it? German researchers studied over 150 pairs of participants. Each pairing had a man and a woman, some of whom were in a relationship with each other, while others were total strangers. 40% of people who observed their partner under stress had a spike in cortisol, while only 10% of observers who watched a stranger experienced an increase. This study proves that stress has enormous contagion potential. Don't go anywhere. This is what we have coming up next, so stay with us. Lead by example. I think this applies to parents wanting their children to get involved in sports and keep active. There aren't too many sports where the parents can play competitively with their offspring, but in beach tennis, you can. On Sunday at Eagle Beach, a father-son duo you see right here won first place in intermediate men. There are an estimated 500 adult players in beach tennis and 100 kids. Future generations' interest in beach tennis could be the solid foundation for the future of the sport. Take a look. Children play beach tennis for fun as well competitively. More importantly, they look up to the adults playing on the courts. They are consumed by a sport here on Eagle Beach rather than consumed with video games. A doctor who also plays beach tennis says this sport is great to get the kids up and moving.
Movement and sports are very important for the development of a child. One of the big issues in Aruba is child obesity, and we really need to get everybody to sport, to do sports, to move, to make sure that obesity is less of a problem in Aruba.
Parents say beach tennis, like many sports, allows their children to participate in a team effort.
It learns them to be a team sport, to work together, to win, to lose, and to know how to lose. It teaches them to move, builds muscles, it does everything. And it's a good day to spend with your children. It's good quality family time.
Don't be fooled. Some children who are as young as 14 have the skills to play against the adults. It can get very competitive, which is why so many children enjoy it.
I like the competitions, and I really want to win, so you have to put everything in to win.
The sport can help the children as well as the youth physically, but furthermore, it can improve the mentality of the young players as well.
I think it's good for your confidence of yourself, and it's better for your health.
Beach tennis is still a growing sport worldwide. It has not quite established itself well globally yet. These kids are key for the future of beach tennis. Aruba is a destination making a name for itself for the sport, so the children's interests are adding to this as well.
And every sport starts with the youth. And as long as you start building a good team of young people, the sport will start to grow. And so for the future of the sport, it's very important that the children start playing. And I've heard from all over the world, they're looking at Aruba. Because here we've got a very good group of people that are teaching the young children to play. So the future of beach tennis in Aruba is bright, I would say.
Parents, take note. 14-year-old Anna started playing the sport because she watched both her parents getting into the sport every week. So lead by example. That is our show for today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with you here on Channel 15 ATV on Wednesday night, starting at 7:15 p.m. So we will see you then.